Right, let's go back to this story about cuts to budgets at further education colleges. Staff from some of those colleges go on strike today in a dispute over pay. It's only 6 colleges taking part at the moment, but ballots are open at a further 26 across the country. Staff claim their pay has declined by something like 25% in real terms over the last decade. Leslie Ashmole, our reporter, is on the picket line at Lambeth College in London. Leslie.
Yes, I am. As you can hear, a lot of people standing outside the picket, a lot of students, a lot of bemused students arriving actually getting pamphlets, and they won't all have classes today because a lot of the lecturers here at Lambeth, 5 other colleges across the country, as you say, are out on strike today. 26 more colleges balloting for strike action. Let's speak to some of the lecturers first of all to find out why. As you said, Rachel, they say their pay has gone down 25% over the last decade in real terms. Let's speak to Mandy Brown, who's an English teacher for people who don't speak English as a native first language, and Julia Roberts, who's a maths teacher. Why are you out today?
Well, as you've already mentioned, our pay has decreased by 25% in real terms over the last decade. Since I've been here in 2002, the whole nature of the service has changed. It's gone from post-compulsory to now a significant amount of compulsory education. And whilst they undervalue teachers, by not paying us what's due to us, they are undervaluing the service.
Because you say you don't get as much as teachers in a school.
No, that's right, we don't. And I think people just forget about us. They don't realise that, people think we're teachers, but we're not. We don't get the same pay as school teachers. But like Julia says, we have the same students most of the time. And on top of that, it's not just the money, but it's also the fact that we've had so many redundancies over the last 10 years. And all that work of the people that left falls to the people that stay behind. So our workloads have gone through the roof. I mean, people are going off sick all the time. The amount of mental health issues has risen really dramatically in FE, and it's just as a result of not being paid and then being forced to work all this extra work.
You've been here a long time, haven't you?
I've definitely been here a long time. I've been here for almost 17 years. And as Mandy has said, the workload has increased astronomically. And there's more and more bureaucracy. And as Mandy has said, with the cuts in jobs within the sector, it means there are less people doing the same amount of work. And we need to be recognised for that. A learner only learns in the environment in which a teacher teaches. And if a teacher is underpaid and overworked and stressed, that cannot help the learner in any shape or form.
It was interesting because we also have Matt Waddup here, who's head of policy for the University and College Union. I did speak to students yesterday, and they on the whole support you. A lot of them said to me, this is absolutely vital, this place for me. This college is the only place I can come to get my education.
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, our members are really fed up about their pay, but this is also about the way that the government treats further education colleges. We've lost 2 million learners since 2005, and they are real people who now no longer have opportunities to learn, opportunities to improve their lives or improve their skills. And for us, that's all about the fact that the government has cut and cut and cut again, but these budgets which really impact upon ordinary people, not those at the top, but ordinary people. And that's why we're fighting back today, and we're going to keep going until we win.
One girl did say to me, what about nurses? Shouldn't they get the pay rise before lecturers?
Well, it's not a race to the bottom. I mean, they absolutely should be getting paid, and we send solidarity to every single nurse that's having to go to a food bank to be able to survive. It's a disgrace. We all deserve a pay rise, and we'd fight for them as well.
It's interesting because I've got a statement here from the government. They said that they have protected the base rate funding for 16 to 19-year-olds until 2020. They're investing further in the sector when new qualifications are introduced from 2020, and they've allocated £1.5 billion to help adults learn.
Well, I think that will raise a hollow laugh in colleges around the country. We've seen adult spending cut by about 40% since 2010. We've seen 8% cuts in 16 to 18. And if we don't invest in our future, what are we going to do? We're at the stage now where we've got 1 in 12 people with no qualifications in this country. We're heading for Brexit. We've got skill shortages. These colleges are vital to the people who use them, but they're also vital to the country. And the government has really got to step up on this, stop talking about the problem and really address it. We need better pay for teachers, more funding for colleges.
And how long will these strikes go on? Do you know, Matt?
Well, listen, these strikes are going to go on until we get what we want. We've got 6 colleges out today, another 26 being balloted.
That will impact on these students, won't it?
I think there's no question, and no teacher that I've ever met wants to take strike action, but our members are absolutely fed up with the way that they and their students are being treated by this government and by colleges who themselves could do more.
Matt, thank you very much, Mandy Brown and Julia Roberts, and the crowd of noisy, vociferous picketers behind us who are out here for the rest of the day, Rachel, even though it's going to rain very shortly.
Yeah, and I get the sense they really do want their voices to be heard. As I say, Leslie, as I mentioned earlier, whenever we talk about schools or education funding on the programme, people always say to us, please talk about FE colleges. Is there a sense from, I don't know, people around you that they're supporting their cause?
Oh, definitely. And I mean, yesterday when I was out here talking to students, I was quite surprised, to be honest, how many knew about it and how many who vociferously supported them. Absolutely, because this college, you know, it does IT subjects, it does catering, it's the real practical jobs that the country needs.
Thank you very much, Leslie Ashmole, who's outside Lambeth College this morning as teachers there go on strike over pay.